Hey guys, I'm going to do a video real quick covering the upcoming fight night tomorrow. Sorry I haven't had much time. Originally it was going to be Imavov against Kelvin Gastelum, but the opponent got switched out, so now it's Imavov against Strickland. And real quick, we're just going to go through 3 fights. I haven't had much time to go over the research and all that, so I apologize in advance. But getting right into it, I picked the 3 most important fights in my opinion, starting with Ketlen Vieira against Raquel Pennington. Raquel's going to have a half-inch reach advantage, while Ketlen Vieira is 1 inch taller, and she's, on paper, seems like Ketlen Vieira is going to have the advantage just about everywhere. Holding black belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, she's a decorated wrestler. While Raquel Pennington also has a pretty good wrestling background and boxing background. They're both very well-rounded, but I think Ketlen Vieira is just that much better than Raquel Pennington, and she's been on quite the rise as of late. And I just see Ketlen being able to handle herself in just about any situation that this fight goes to. So for this fight, I'm going to take Ketlen Vieira. Moving on to Dan Ige against Damon Jackson. This one's going to be a good fight. Both guys are incredibly well-rounded. Dan Ige does get quite a bit aggressive when it comes to the stand-up. They both look for any opportunity to finish. Ige's got a brown belt in Judo and a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He really prefers to stand, but absolutely has no problems with going down to the ground. And he's got pretty good timing when it comes to planning his takedowns. He's got a 51% takedown defense. He lands about 3.8 significant strikes per minute. And I see this fight being pretty fast-paced. It might start off a bit slow and patient just for the fill-out process, but I see it picking up real quick in the action. And speaking of action, we're going to talk about Damon Action Jackson. Damon's going to be 4 inches taller. He's very well-rounded, and I think he's probably going to look to take this fight to the ground. He has 15 total subs in his career. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he's a very quick thinker when it comes to ground wrestling. He's got a 40% takedown accuracy and averages about 2 sub attempts per 15 minutes. And this is his second run inside of the UFC. His first run didn't go very well. I believe he was like maybe 1-2 in his first run. But his second run, he's been 5-1 so far inside of the UFC. And before his last fight, his brother passed away, sadly. So he took up the nickname that his brother had in the sport that he played. And it seems that he's found a new motivation for fighting because of the death of his brother. And that one loss since coming back to the UFC has been against Ilia Topuria. And as you all know, he is undefeated. He's been going through guys like crazy. Now Dan Ige has lost his last 3 fights in a row. All to good guys, but he really needs this win right here. But I don't see him getting it. I feel like Damon Action Jackson is going to be able to win this fight, so I'm going to be taking Damon. And now the main event, Nassourdine Imavov versus Sean Strickland. Nassourdine has been boxing since the age of 9 years old. He trains with Ferdinand Lopez. If you don't remember who that is, he trains Cyril Gane at the moment. Used to train Francis Ngannou. He's going to be 2 inches taller than Sean Strickland, but Sean's going to have a 1 inch reach advantage. Now I think this fight is probably going to stay on the feet. If this fight does go to the ground though, I feel like Sean's going to be able to control Imavov, especially considering the fact that Imavov does get a bit reckless when he gets his opponents rocked. He likes to come forward, and because of being reckless in the way that he fights when he comes forward and tries to add pressure, or whenever people add pressure onto him, he does manage to land some good shots through that. But he takes a lot of big shots as well. Imavov's got a 76% takedown defense accuracy, while Sean has an 85% takedown defense accuracy. Now Sean also has a 62% takedown accuracy. But the way Sean likes to fight, he really likes to get up in your face and just let you have it with his hands. And of course, only Sean Strickland would be the guy at middleweight to take a fight this high level on 4 days' notice. I'm sure he was probably the first guy that they looked to, despite him having fought Jared Cannonier like 3 weeks ago. And I think it's a much more winnable fight for Sean in comparison to the guys that he's been facing as of late. I feel like Sean's going to put the pressure on him heavy, especially considering that Imavov does get reckless there and he does tend to get caught there. And while Imavov is very dangerous when he does fight this reckless style that he gets into whenever pressure is put onto him or when he wants to put pressure on other guys, I feel that Sean's going to be able to really capitalize on it, unlike all the other opponents that Imavov has faced. And this is definitely the most high-level opponent that Imavov has faced. And Sean's really looking to get back on track. I know he's hungry, and I know that he's going to do anything it takes to win this fight. So for this fight, I see Sean Strickland winning it. And to recap, I picked Ketlin Vieira, Damon Jackson, and Sean Strickland. Sorry about the timing of the video, but I'll see y'all in the next one. Hit like, subscribe, and all that.